Hello everyone, this is me, Mediocre Racer 72, and welcome to another Mediocre Review, a review where I break down everything I know in a very sloppy and unorganized manner. So today's review is Watamote. If you haven't seen my reaction on Watamote, well, where the hell have you been? But yeah, I definitely recommend you checking out my reaction or just checking out the show in general. But anyway, I'm gonna give you my review right now. Now, Watamote, or the long version is, no matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault I'm not popular. So I did say that I will make this a short review because, well, like I said in episode 12, there's not really a whole lot to say about the show because I think my main problem why I make my review so long because, it's not exactly scripted, it's all in one go, and I mostly talk very detailed in characters, but with this show, Watamote, there's not really a whole lot of characters, or at least ones that don't really stand out. I mean, the main focus is mostly Tomoko, so yeah. Anyway, so Tomoko Kuroki. We're going to talk about the characters first, and then I'll talk later on story, or lack of a story, but yeah. Anyway, Tomoko Kuroki. If you haven't seen her character yet, again, where the hell have you been? But how can I explain what Tomoko was a character? Well, I guess you could say she's relatable because she's an everyday girl, a high schooler, and and throughout the show you see how she's very socially awkward. Yeah, socially awkward. She doesn't have a whole lot of friends. Her social skills is very lacking. I don't think she knows how to take care of herself mentally or physically. And you can see how her personality is pretty cringy at times. When she goes into a situation where, let's say, me or you can, handle it pretty easily, like, ordering food at McDonald's. It should be a piece of cake. You just tell the person what you want. But with her, she's very shy, she's very quiet, and it's a little cringy, and it's like, oh, come on, girl, it's easy, even a child can do it. But seriously, Tomoko Kuroki is a very funny character, and you really feel her pain, You've probably been in that kind of situation where, you're socially awkward and you don't know how to communicate with other people. And what's also relatable to her is how she has a lot of daydreams. I mean, I daydream a lot, just escape the reality and go into my little world. Maybe I would be like in an action sequence, or having a ton of girlfriends or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. But seeing her fantasies is funny, and they're actually a lot of her fantasies are actually references from other animes such as Death Note, Haruhi Suzumiya, another. So yeah, I mean there are a lot of anime references in this show, but anyway, getting off topic here. Actually, that was supposed to be a topic I was supposed to say later on, but yeah, I'm just going off topic a little bit. Anyway, so now Tomoko Kuroki. Now I've only seen the dub version, so I can't really say too much about on the sub, but for the dub, it was pretty good. Tomoko was voiced by Monica Rail. I hope I said her name right. I mean, Monica has been through other roles such as Stocking from Panty and Stocking, Irina from Makagura's School Suite, and recently she's done Anna, I think that's how you pronounce her name, Anna from A Boring World Where the Concept of Dirty Jokes Doesn't Exist. So I think Anna is her recent role, and I gotta say I am very excited on seeing that show when I get my hands on it. So yeah, we'll be doing a reaction on that some other time. You just gotta wait until I get my hands on it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Now some other characters. I won't go into too much detail because there's not really a whole lot to say about them. But so Yu-chan, as you probably saw from Yu-chan, she's everything that Tomoko is not. She's very, her social skills are good. She's got good grades. She's very cute and sexy. I mean, you could totally tell that. She's got a cute room. yeah, just everything about Yuchan is totally different from Tomoko. I mean, it's literally day and night. So yeah. Now Tomoko's older, I'm sorry, not older. I think younger. Yeah, younger brother, Tomoki. Now we don't really spend too much time with him. I mean, we do have our moments when we do spend time with her younger brother. We do know that he's in a soccer team, but we don't really see too much on his side of soccer. I mean, there was only that one part at the end, but still, it would have been nice if there was like an episode where we actually spent a little bit more time with Tomoki, because now with Tomoki, he does have friends, which is again a little bit humiliating towards Tomoko, where she doesn't have a whole lot of friends. But with Tomoki, that one episode where he invite all his friends over and play a few video games. Yeah, like 3 friends. But yeah, that's just sad how Tomoki has more friends than Tomoko. I mean, that's just sad, and that's just another thing about Tomoko, is that her her life is kind of sad in a way. And now Keshawn, Keshawn is Tomoko's cousin. I mean, we do get a good episode spending some time with her. She was just, I guess she was a naive little girl, a middle schooler. It was very funny how she, confronts that guy from the library. I can't remember his name. I mean, I didn't really exactly written his name down because I thought he wouldn't really be all that important. But I guess he is important right now. But yeah, that guy that Tomoko said that he was her boyfriend, but we all know that's a big fat lie. But yeah, Keshawn was, a fun character, even though we only spent one episode, but yeah. So yeah, what else should I talk about? Well, I mean, I guess that's all I have to say on the characters, so yeah, the characters are fairly short. I mean, there are other characters I should talk about, like Tomoko's mom, but to be honest, there's really not a whole lot to talk about them. I mean, Tomoko's mom is just, an everyday mom, just cook, clean, discipline their children, but yeah. Okay, now let's get on let's move on to something else. Now this anime was, it's based off the manga, and I've only read a little bit of it, but for what I've seen, it's very similar to the anime. The anime is based off a manga, so, there's gotta be some similarities, but, there's one big difference. The animation and the art style is fairly different from the manga, but, that's okay. And speaking of animation, this anime was created by Studio Silverlink. So, I think that's what this anime, sorry. I think Silverlink is the guys who made Watamote, and for what I saw, they have made some other series that I've seen, such as Baga and Tess and Showman Sample. Of course, I've only seen one episode. If you guys may have seen my reaction on that, but Baga and Tess, I think I may have seen the first season, maybe a few episodes, second season. Is there a second season? I think so. I mean, it has been a while since I've seen Baga and Tess. Really funny though. But the animation of, Silverlink, their animation is very colorful, very pretty to look at. I mean, you've probably seen most of their shows. I mean, I'm trying to think of some shows that they've done on the top of my head. I think some that are Kokoro Connect, maybe? I don't know, I'll just put them right here. But, let's see here. But yeah, their animation is pretty good. And speaking of animation, the way that Watamote is presented, I don't know, this is a mediocre review anyway, so half the time I'm not gonna know what the hell I'm doing, but yeah. Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, now the way they did with the animation, and there are times where we see a third person perspective. We see the layout. There were some instances where we get a good feel of our surroundings, and the way that they use those little squares or rectangles or whatever, those curved shapes on sides, And I did like this little scribbles when Tomogo was like enraged or ah. Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, the animation does vary and it's very colorful. So yeah. Now for like sound effects and music, I really did enjoy some of some of the music in the show. I mean, the one that kind of sticks out to me is kind of like meh, 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 or something like that. It's kind of a yeah, it kind of sounded like that. You know, they were like wah, 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 or something like that. Like that's a track that kind of stick out to me because it's just something that you wouldn't really hear in most slice of life. Like, it was very unique in my opinion. I mean, I'm not sure if there are other shows that have done that kind of sound effect, that wah wah or something like that. But yeah, there were some few tracks I really did like, even though I may have not, you know, looked up like certain tracks, but from the show, from what I hear, it was pretty good. Yeah. Now let's move on to the comedy, the real meat of this story. Now, this show is very funny, yet cringing at the same time. I mean, you see Tomogo's, you know, events, you know, how she copes with her lifestyle. Yeah, it's just really funny. Now I'm trying to think of some situations. Okay, so when Tomoko thought that drawing of her was her, but in reality, the fat ass just drew something quick and easy, and I was like, get wrecked. And yeah, Tomoko did get wrecked in most situations, like. And it is funny, you know, just seeing her just fail at everything that, you know, me and you can easily accomplish. Even a child can accomplish, but yeah. What else should I talk about the comedy? Yeah, the comedy was just that funny, so yeah. And, I think that's all I have. Yeah, I think that's all I got for this review, I think, maybe. Just give me a second to see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I mean, bear in mind, it has been at least a month since I've watched episode 1 through 11, and then I finished episode 12 today, so yeah, my memory is a little fuzzy, just a little. But yeah, Watamote... Sorry. But yeah, Watamote was definitely a fun series. If you haven't seen it, then yeah, I recommend you seeing it. So yeah. I mean, I did hear that some people had a hard time trying to get into it, mostly because of it was cringy, you know. Tomogo was just failing at something that could be easily be done, but yeah, I mean, you just have to, you know, suck it up and watch it throughout the end because it is quite worth it. Okay, it's a barrel of laughs. All right. So yeah, I think that's all I really have to say about Watamote. It was a fun show. The characters were funny. You know, the animation's colorful and great. So yeah. Yeah, I guess that's all I really got to say. Now, if I had to score Watamote, I would have to say it gets a, Now, bear in mind, now, if we're talking about, like, slice of life comedy, I'm gonna have to give it a score out of a, let me think here. Okay, so yeah, I think the final score for Watamote is a 9 out of 10. Now, some of you may be thinking, isn't that a bit high for, you know, most animes, or at least where Watamote stands? Is 9 out of 10 really a good position where Watamote stands? I mean, this is my opinion after all. This is a mediocre review, so I believe Watamote does deserve a high score for what it does and what it tries to accomplish. And I think it does accomplish what it was trying to do. You know, it's trying to be funny. It was trying to be very, relatable in a very cringy way, in a cringy way, but yeah, I mean, you guys can let me know what do you think, what the score of Watamote should be, but yeah. So yeah, this was, so yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. This was me, Mediocre Racer 72, and I will see you guys next time. Later.